government, or me. Everyone is obsessed with women's breasts. The media are focused on whose tits are genetically coded, whose tits are aftermarket, and which drunken socialite flipped a nip. Social prudes think exposed breasts degrade society. What is it about mammary glands that makes people so knuckin' fuss? Yep, it's going to be a great show. Let's scrub in and get down with our sterile selves. We turn first to Robin Williams from Dr. Howard Bellin, a New York board-certified plastic surgeon who specializes in breast augmentation. He's the Michelangelo of mammaries. So, Doc, give us the ABCs of those double Ds.
The breast is actually a modified sweat gland, embryologically, that develops into these lovely things. So the breast also, of course, has function, and that is to nurse the child.
Man, if this was the kind of science they taught in high school, there'd be at least 2 fewer magicians in the world. I could watch this guy talk all day.
All right, well, anatomically, you have the nipple. Around it is the areola, and then you have what is called the parenchyma, the breast mass. That consists mainly of fat and some fibrous tissue, glands, and ducts. Yeah, fibrous tissue.
Seriously, these are the lovely and harmless objects that people get so whacked about. Go ahead, study them, focus on them, reach up and fondle the fucking screen if you want. Now then, is everyone okay? Of course, it's just tits. Beautiful, bouncy, sexy tits. So what's the fuck is all the fuss about? And who are these people who are so scared by a tit? So-called decency organizations like Focus on the Family, which sounds like a group, but it's probably like, one creep in a garage. There's uptight, busybody community standards boards, and of course, people who are just sexually repressed. And then there's this lawyer.
I'm Jonna Spilbor, and I'm against public breast exposure. I would love to have a law which would prevent nurse...
The fuck?
mothers from nursing in front of my face in public.
We weren't talking about breastfeeding, but now that you mention it.
If I am at Taco Bell enjoying a burrito and a mother is 6 inches away from me expressing milk, I have a little problem with that.
If you're 6 inches away from a mother breastfeeding at Taco Bell, she probably has a problem with you too, Ms. Space Invader. But of course, you want a fucking law. Jonna is a criminal defense lawyer and legal commentator. And she's not the only one who wants you nursing moms to keep it in your bra. There have been a titload of women who have been harassed for simply using their breasts for their secondary use, feeding kids.
Nursing mothers, in my opinion, are rude. It's as if all of a sudden, once you give birth, you are conferred with all these rights and privileges that you didn't have before you give birth, like every mother has given birth to the baby Jesus. That's not true. And not all of us
in the queue
want
is
to see the beautiful act of nursing your child. That act is only beautiful to you when you are doing it. It's not beautiful to me. Not my breast, not my kid, not my business.
And it's not your fucking show. And maybe it's the lighting, but to us, this is beautiful. And so is this.
Sophia Rossi, adult film actress and Club Jenna contract girl. I believe there's a stigma for women who breastfeed in public because, again, we go back to men not being able to separate breast and sex and eroticness and sexuality and horniness from breast giving life and nutrition.
Yep. Bullshit went to a porn set and got an adult film actress to illuminate the importance of breastfeeding. Why? Because she's breastfed 2 kids. And because we want you to love us more than sleep yourself.
I used to be part of the Lucky League. The Lucky League encourages women to breastfeed their children, not to buy formula.
While HA League is the most prominent organization that provides assistance and supports the rights of women to breastfeed. According to them, mothering through breastfeeding is, hey, graphics, dude. Thank you. Mothering through breastfeeding is the most natural and effective way of understanding and satisfying the needs of the baby. The U.S. Surgeon General recommends babies be fed with breast milk only, no formula, for the first 6 months of life.
There's something called colostrum, actually, that comes out of a woman's breast right after you give birth, and it has the most protein, nutrients, highest calorie. It has more stuff in it than you could ever imagine.
Right. It's totally natural. Just like the love that 3 women share in the backyard of a rented house in Van Nuys.
The bond that you share with your child, breastfeeding it, is unlike anything else. It's priceless.
When porn stars start waxing sentimental, you know you're watching bullshit.
I don't think there should be any restrictions on where women are allowed to breastfeed. Why should a baby be summoned to the bathroom, or you wouldn't eat your lunch there? Why should a baby have to eat their lunch there?
I'm Chelsea Meyerson. I'm a mother who was harassed at Toys R Us for breastfeeding my child.
In September 2006, Chelsea was confronted by Toys R Us employees at their flagship store in Times Square. So, Chelsea, tell us what happened at Toys R Us that day.
Mason got hungry, so I found a quiet corner and sat down and started feeding him. A saleswoman approached me, and she said, "You can't do that here." And I said, "Breastfeed my child?" And she said, "No, there's a room in the basement for that."
That's where we want to have lunch.
And I said, "No, it's okay, I'm fine. My daughter's playing around on the floor. I'm not going to go to the basement." And she said, "Oh, but it's very inappropriate. There are children around."
Sure, it's Toys or fucking Us, not Toys or you and your kids. We're pro-breastfeeding and pro-freedom. But we also think business owners have the right to run their stores any way they want to. And if they want to keep out nursing mothers, we have the right to buy our toys somewhere else. Excuse me, do you have those pacifiers with the full attachments? Oh yes, that's perfect. You don't have to bother wrapping it up. I'll leave it here.
The damage that could be done to children by seeing a woman's breast in public is not that far off from the damage that can be done to children who engage in sexual activity with adults.
Wait a second. I'm not sure I heard that right, because just like our cameraman, I was hypnotized by her tits. So, can we hear that again?
The damage that could be done to children by seeing a woman's breast in public is not that far off from the damage that can be done to children who engage in sexual activity with adults.
I get it. She's just fucking with us, right?
Here's the weird thing about laws in our society, right? If you take a woman and she exposes her breast in the state of New York right now for no reason, she can go to jail for 15 days for doing that, right? But the moment you take a 10-pound hungry person and attach it to that exposed breast, now all of a sudden her activity goes from criminal to beautiful, and we're supposed to embrace that, and that is bullshit.
She's killing me. And that coffee cake, store-bought. But enough pap. Let's hear from somebody who pioneered the feminist movement and knows what she's talking about.
Erica Jong, novelist, poet, and spokesperson for women.
Sadly, she only earns 70% of what the spokesperson for men makes. Erica was at the forefront of the women's liberation movement and has written 8 novels, including the 1973 classic Fear of Flying. Her latest is Seducing the Demon. Look! Product placement! So, Erica, why do the FCC and the cultural conservatives go so fucking crazy when they see a bare breast in public?
We have so sexualized the breast that we don't remember that it's for other things too. One of them is feeding children. One of them is sexual. Another one is identifying a person as female.
Right, in different contexts, breasts mean different things, but they're always sexy. Sorry.
I think that most of us are not so stupid that we can't tell the difference. in certain situations,